session with the Indian cine world and their stars. We have with us Shah Rukh Khan and Katrina Kaif in conversation with Veer Sanghvi, advisor, HD Media.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The format for our session is actually quite simple. We're going to chat for about 20 minutes, then we're going to throw it open, and you can ask what you like, if that's okay with both of you?
Yes, I think so.
All right, Sharat, let's start with you. Let's start first of all with the fact that you've had what? One of the biggest hits of the year. How does that feel?
It feels a little bad that it's just one of the biggest hits of the years.
Well, this time.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting out. It's early
right.
days. But it feels nice. It's also a special film. I had, it's Mr. Yash Chopra's last film in terms of a director, and then he passed away. And I got my first chance to work with the wonderful Katrina Kaif. And as much as I may not like it, everyone turns around and says, all I should do all my life is play a romantic hero. So my whole enactment for the last 21 years has been reduced to just being a romantic lover boy. They're not letting me outgrow that. So I'm happy that I was again doing it with Mr. Yash Chopra. And the fact it's turned out well, yeah, I'm thrilled.
Did you feel when you did that famous chat with Mr. Chopra, which we've all seen on television, that it was going to be so soon? Were there any intimations there?
No, not at all, actually. He was very reluctant to do it. I was shooting another film there at night, Chennai Express. Even I think Katrina was dubbing the film. So Adi came and suggested that, instead of launching the music or the film in any other way, instead of taking the actors, we'll just do it as the Mr. Yash Chopra film. And if you would speak with him, he would feel comfortable enough to talk to you. So we insisted. And I came in between halfway through my shoot, finished that and went home. I went back to the shoot. So there was no inkling at all. Only I remember Adi telling me, you know what, Shah Rukh, after many years, when you kind of become an achiever and Yashji has made some more films maybe, this will be quite historical, this conversation, and we'll put it in DVDs. But we didn't really, for a moment, think, because he was completely healthy and absolutely all right. And then the dengue thing happened. But there was no inkling at all that this would be a conversation which would be his last conversation in public, actually.
Yeah. What about you, Katrina? I know he's had one of the biggest hits of the year, but you've actually had the biggest hit of the year with Ek Tha Tiger, haven't you?
Yeah, rub it in.
Yeah. I mean,
Much bigger hit than this guy's movie, right?
you're starting me off easy, I can see. Trying to start a rivalry here.
I don't think I'm starting it. It's been going on for a while, actually.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how you caught on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Amazing
actually
things
fought,
we find
we've
out,
actually
yeah.
fought through the whole film.
Really,
we're just playing that we get along nicely here right now.
Yeah.
But
He's
yeah,
a difficult
it's
guy
been
to
tough.
get along with.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
It's that sweet exterior that really fools people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's very,
Especially
very
the cricket officials.
Especially what?
The cricket officials.
Yeah.
Am I
Well,
in
you don't
trouble?
mind that. You like the kind of guy who gets into fights and all that, right?
What would give you that impression?
Okay, leave it at that. But tell me about the experience of working for both those films.
Very different. Ek Tha Tiger was my second film with Kabir Khan, who was a very, very dear friend, probably one of my closest friends in the film industry. And working again with Salman, I've done quite a few films with him. Obviously know him very, very well. Yashji's film for me was kind of more than a film. It was a culmination, I think, of many years of having a dream and, really somewhere maybe just misinformed, but really believing that Yash Chopra is going to take me in his film. Coming very early on in my career, seeing Veer Zara, it was 2004, seeing the film and saying, I just want to be in a film like this, and believing somehow I'm going to be in a Yash Chopra film, even though not many other people did. And, just that whole experience of it finally coming true and being on that set, it was more than just a film experience. It was something which was a personal achievement for me.
Yeah.
And of course, there was Shah Rukh in the film as well. So that's okay.
Since you brought up this rivalry stuff, which I'd never heard of before, you've known Salman since you were like 18?
Yeah.
Yeah? And this guy relatively more recently. Yeah? Who has the worst temper?
This is this is a leadership summit or an interrogation?
Interrogation is the path to leadership. So.
Okay.
Think carefully.
What were you? Huh?
Hey, Chor, let her answer.
Hey.
No, neither. Diplomatic answers. 1 second.
Yeah.
Coming up. No, neither do. Neither
Yeah?
do. That's the truth. I think,
Shah Rukh is really
No,
mild-mannered.
I think they're both strong, opinionated men, as they should be, and they fight for the things that they believe in. At the time, it seems like the right thing to do. Perhaps sometimes it's avoidable, but
I think we all know what she's talking about.
not at all aimed at you.
Yes. So does it sometimes seem like the right thing to do, but in retrospect it was avoidable?
Yeah, it always is, because I didn't go the whole hog. Should have perhaps, you get scared of getting arrested and stuff.
You're going to
Yeah.
start. You realize you're going to start another controversy. You should have gone the whole hog.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
It sounded a lot like that, sir.
Oh, maybe next time. I was actually going to say after this, next time I should go with anticipatory bail and get into fights. No, but I don't like it. I'm extremely well-mannered, mild-mannered, and educated, and suave, intelligent, handsome, sexy, adorable, and wonderful
Humble.
kind of guy.
Humble.
That goes without. That's my middle name. I
Yeah.
didn't announce it. Oh, they've not written it here. But I like Delhi men are, all of us. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
When you go,
Little shameless pandering to the gallery.
Not
but
at
let's
all. Not at all. I'm telling you, in Delhi, this behavior is considered absolutely acceptable.
So it's like a Delhi-Bombay thing.
Yeah, I mean, you go and you get into a little fight and a little bit ma behen, and yeah, that's really. I mean, seriously. I mean, just tell me one Delhi person here who hasn't said ma behen in some Rajdeep. No, not on
Rajdeep,
TV.
does he know something that we don't?
Oh, okay. See, he said, I've never done it. Suhail, tumne to kya? Oh, Patsy boys. But yeah, in retrospect, because of the children, it does seem completely wrong. It's very, very embarrassing because, I feel anyone who behaves badly, there are people who do throw their weight around, and specifically sometimes I feel they do a little more with movie stars. Or media stars, they just want to prove a point and isko jaane nahi diya, humne rok liya. I think the gentleman there, it's past time now for me to rake it up again, but I think it could have been handled better by them a lot more by me. And when I went back home, I woke up my children. My children were with me, and I just sat them down. Told my wife also. I said, "Listen, I'm really sorry about this behavior." And it seemed it'll be all right. But next morning on television, newspapers, and then there was some video where all the that part was wrong, yaar. कि ज़मीन में जिंदा गाड़ दूंगा, वो थोड़ा गलत हो गया. That dialogue writing was pathetic. And so in the morning, it's very embarrassing when your two children sit down and who are like half your size and say, but why? Why do you have to do this? So that's extremely embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed about myself and my behavior. Though I want to tell you that I wasn't drunk or on any kind of substance. I'm naturally like that. Yeah, does that make it better?
But there's a serious agenda there. Do you think you behaved as any rational, reasonable person would in the face of provocation, or do you think you behaved badly?
Any kind of anger is not very rational. I do believe in, sorting out things peacefully. I've had issues. Once or twice a year, I do get into a situation like this when things get out of hand.
This year, 3 times, no?
Two.
You've attacked a director. There was the fight at the cricket stadium.
Huh.
and then there was an altercation with a movie star who I think Katrina knows.
No, that was 2 years back.
That was 2 years back. Yeah. Okay, that makes it okay.
Actually, that was about 4 years back.
4 years back. Yeah. That is,
It was your birthday, wasn't it?
4 years back.
yeah,
4 years ago? All right.
Yeah,
But
so-
generally, the image we had of you is that you were quite a mild-mannered sort of guy. And that's not the image you have now. Is that because you've grown older?
I feel like you're putting him on trial. Can I be his lawyer?
Yeah, sure.
Go on, Judge
okay.
Sahab.
Okay. All right. You really want to get into this? Yeah, I'm happy to let you get into
let
this.
me hear his answer, and if I feel
Ah,
I've got
all
it,
right.
I'll
Okay.
come in.
No, but seriously, has there been a change?
No, not at all. I know I've been hearing words and, meltdown and midlife crisis and
Yeah.
going retarded and demented. No, that's not true at all. And genuinely, I'm not joking, but in 5 years, 3 fights, I mean, that's kind of okay for anyone. 4 years ago, then this. This year just happened one after the other, and I don't think it's good behavior. My friends and everyone, when they meet me, they do tell me, what's happened is, whatever people might say, provoke you, and you have a sense of anger or whatever, people don't expect this from the image that you have. And I haven't created it. It comes upon because the films I do, and whether you like it or not, now you need to control yourself. On that front, I agree. But then, sometimes I do like to voice my opinion and get carried away. And you want me to apologize? I don't like it myself. I'd rather not fight, but it gets into that, and I'm really sorry. And
But-
I'm feeling now like I've been reprimanded in a corner.
No. I want to use the phrases you used. Meltdown, midlife crisis. Is there now a certain level of frustration in the way in which you confront the world? Are you less willing to compromise than you were earlier? Less willing to meekly say, yes, I'm sorry? More desiring to stand up for what you believe in?
No, not at all, actually. I think I've really sobered down a lot more now.
Really?
I'm gentler.
You were worse. You were much worse earlier.
I was really, I would shoot my mouth off. I would say things to people, and I was from Delhi. I'm an outsider. I'm like, it's okay. हो गया झगड़ा नहीं करेंगे बदतमीजी इसने प्यार से बात नहीं की. But I'm not like that at all. I'm actually really, since the birth of my children, I'm really sobered down, and genuinely. But I do think that sometimes even the littlest of things are kind of said in a much bigger manner, and they all collectively make you a little frustrated. And then you reach a position somewhere in the middle of the year where you take it all out at that one instance. So, the cricket may not have been the actual reason. It must be just the collective things, because you read so much now, so much is said, so much is analyzed, everybody wants a story already written, a quote of X actor or actress. So it just builds up a little much, and so I think you just take it out in one go at the wrong place. But having said that, I think I'm more calm, gentler, and kinder, and I'm very thoughtful. I mean, okay, just that much, yeah. I'm much nicer now. Katrina, help me out here.
Okay. Do you
Tell
want
me
to be
your
his lawyer?
experience of
Are you
me.
going to be his lawyer?
No, I mean, I think he can speak for himself better than I can, but I think also everyone is human.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing wrong or nothing to be ashamed in if you have a moment of irritation or you react in a moment of anger slightly. I mean, we all do. I think everyone in this room does. It's part of human nature. But I think what happens is when you've built up a personality so huge and so large like Shah Rukh Khan, then you almost become a slave to it. You have to behave exactly as people expect. You have to be an image of perfection and politeness all the time. So I think it's one of the trappings of stardom, and there's nothing you can do. Shah Rukh, what are you doing?
I mean,
But she's right, isn't she?
yeah, I wake up in the morning like this now. I brush my teeth also like this.
Well, that position, no wonder they crucify you.
Yeah. But imagine when you have to take a bath with this position, somebody else has to give you. So it's all right to be crucified.
That has its advantages. But more seriously, he talked about being an outsider still. And he's been what? Bombay's top star for 21 years. Do you feel like an outsider?
I feel I belong everywhere and anywhere. I've never felt like an outsider when I came. In fact, that's the reason why I stayed. I had come here on an assignment, and I'd never felt so much warmth, so much love, and I'd never felt so welcome anywhere. And I said, this is where I belong. This is where I feel I belong. So I don't think I felt like an outsider. I had to prove my place here. I had to work film by film and